What is happening, Grow, Thrive, Inspire podcast fans? Thanks for coming back for episode 4 today. It's time for another caffeinated Java tip, and our guest could not be more suited for this subject. So, my friend Natalie Whittle is here in the studio today. Natalie, thanks so much for coming and being here on the show again. We are breaking down something that you're really passionate about. What are we breaking down today?
Hi, Kaylen. I am so glad to be here. This is so fun. We're going to talk about a little bit of staging today and focus on some front porch design, entry design. It's always fun for summer, and dock design.
Ooh, awesome.
It's even more fun.
Well, first, I just want to start with just you kind of telling our listeners a little bit about yourself and kind of how you got into staging and like just your passion there.
Well, it probably came from, actually, I have been a stay-at-home mom for almost 22 years now. Well, 20. Our oldest just turned 20 2 weeks ago. So I have been home with the kiddos, but I probably sparked an interest in this with all of the buying and selling and moving that we did as a family. So with Jason's previous career, we would pack up and move. We moved 14 times in 14 years of our marriage, and that's a whole nother story for another day. But in that, and that's really where a lot of his real estate interest was sparked too, because, you know, he was all about the numbers. He loved the process, and we always had a great process
That's
and
awesome.
good experience when we were buying and selling. And so we, there was a period of time, it was before 2006 actually, and we had moved, I think, like 4 times in 2 years. But all of those houses, not one of them was on the market more than 1 week.
Wow.
So, and the market was different before 2006. But one thing I did is I always had to pack up all of our things.
Oh, gosh.
So before we listed our house, we were on to the next city. So that was something, looking back, that I remember. Wow, I remember, getting all of our clutter out. We left a few things for staging. We had furniture. Our furniture was not moved out yet, but we knew we were listing it. So I packed up everything, because we were moving anyway. And I think that was key. So when we're talking about staging, just packing up, you're going to move anyway. You're getting ready to move anyway. So It's a time to clean out, pack up, put things in storage if you need to, get rid of if you need to. But that, to me, is key.
Oh, I love that.
And staging is getting all that clutter out.
So, what are kind of some great staging tips right now?
The clutter is number one for me. A second thing, you really don't need your family photos in the house.
I've heard that, which I remember like going and purchasing my first home, and then I tried to sell it later on down the road, and I remember my agent being like, take all your pictures down. I'm like, why?
Yeah. Well, when people come in your home, you want it to be beautiful. So you for sure don't want them seeing all of your clutter. I think back, if I had not packed up all of my clutter, that would have been horrendous with all those littles and all of our things. But so yeah, you want them to be able to envision their family in the house,
Okay.
I mean, I think 1 or 2, but you don't, and it's distracting. It's distracting for them to say, oh, look at, I mean, I see nothing wrong with one family photo to see the very nice family that lives there currently, but you want them to envision that this will be their place.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Which, again, if the clutter is out, they can actually see, they can see the home, and they can picture themselves in the space.
Well, that's some great tips. Now, does staging go through trends like so many other things do? Like, for example, right now, like there's certain shoes that are popular and stuff. Is there certain things with staging like that are popular now?
I think stick to the basics.
Yeah?
I do. I think, have it really clean. Again, declutter. I love greenery. I love to bring greenery in. And then the other thing that I see when I'm looking at homes that are staged or that need to be staged, I like replacing little, if there are small pictures or clusters of small, I think a bigger picture in the space, a bigger frame in the space.
Ooh, I like that idea.
Does a lot. So I would say if there's a trend or direction, not a lot of little things on the wall, but more of a larger frame to fill the space, makes more of a statement. Again, less clutter and just
Now, is
better
it true?
to look at.
Is it true when you have a smaller space like that, if you put like a mirror up too, like a bigger mirror, it makes the space appear larger?
Yes, it does.
That's another great one I like.
I love that. And it can help with lighting. A lot of condos here, some condos have darker lighting. So put a mirror and it will reflect light. Love that. Yes, I do.
So let's talk about curb appeal with front porch entry design. I know you really like this topic, so give me some stuff that you do for a front porch entryway.
I thought what would be fun if people are thinking, I want to spruce up my porch. I want it to look amazing, but where do I start? So one thing I've started doing is really using rugs, outdoor rugs. And I thought in show notes, I can put some pictures and put some references for people. Of course, we have Pinterest these days, so anyone can jump on Pinterest and get inspired. But I kind of break it down into different elements for the front porch. First of all, what's your function out there? Like, do you have small kids who are out in front playing in the driveway? Maybe even, so you want some seating out there. I love seating on the front porch. Maybe your neighbors come over and have coffee or wine. So design your seating what works best.
Love that.
Maybe it's a bench with pillows. Maybe, I think when we think of front porch, it's the old swinging bench swing. So those are great, but there's a lot of different ways you can mix that up. You can even do the outdoor lounge out there.
I love that.
You can do the hanging chairs, the hanging wicker chairs.
I love the outdoor rug too. I'm a sucker for an outdoor rug. I think it really pulls the space together. I'm also a lantern fan. I like lanterns.
All right. I love lanterns. I do too. So I was thinking of breaking down those 4 elements. A rug, like you said, really adds a lot. And you can do an 8x10 or even bigger. And that is just soft on your feet. Kids can sit out there and play. I'm loving it. And then you can layer that with your doormat.
Oh, okay.
So that's kind of fun.
Of that.
That's kind of fun. And then your pots. I wanted to mention where I've been getting my outdoor rugs, Home Goods. Amazing. Marshalls. Just so fun. You can go in there and they have tons of outdoor rugs at a great price. And then your pots and your plants. DNR in Lynn Creek. They are awesome. That's where I got mine this year. Sarah, you can see Sarah there, and she will help you. They're just awesome. But we have many great places in our lake area, nurseries and landscaping places to help you with those. And even our box stores are great. So.
Well, and what about seasonal changes? Like, with winter, fall, spring, summer, kind of what would be some things to consider there?
So what I like to do, I'm not a scarecrow cornstalk, which that works for people, and I think it's great. And it's always cute when I see it. For for my front porch, I still like to stick with green. And what I did last year, I bought the not real ferns from Evergreen.
I love that store.
Evergreen at the lake, and did like fall reeds and some cattails or the like cotton cotton branches, and put those in it, so that looked fallish but it was still green.
Like that idea.
And then like the fake evergreens and shrubs that you can do in a pot by your front door. And then, I mean, obviously fall's a great time for mums. Love mums.
They are pretty.
So, you can always throw those in. And then into winter, again, winter is really fun to put up your favorite Christmas, some wood outdoor sign or something.
Yeah.
And I stick with the green, like an evergreen and pots. And yeah.
I like that. I like that. What about spring-ish time?
And then spring, honestly, spring is such a nice time just to clean up.
Ooh, I like that, yeah.
Clean the cushions, spray down the patio, scrub it with an outdoor brush, patio brush. And spring, I love to refresh. So maybe look at a more neutral rug or something just to freshen up.
Summer, same thing, just, keeping it fresh, light.
And then you can do fun flowers and plants. So, and I was water challenged, like my plants would die every year. I was really bad at watering
like
when
me.
my kids were little. They would only last so long. So you can always, Boston Ferns, I love. They're beautiful. And they don't need a lot of sun if you have shade. They actually do better out of the sun.
Oh, cool.
But you can also get fake.
Yeah.
Go to evergreen, and that way they're beautiful. They're not going to die. But I also did get a tip that really helped me. Just water every morning.
Oh, there you go.
Go
Water
out
every
there,
morning.
Water every morning.
I will say I've been to your house, Natalie, and I love all of your plants that you have, fake or not fake. Even your fake ones don't look fake. It's just, it's amazing over there. I love your house.
Thanks.
Okay, so you, speaking of your house, also have a dock. And this is something that not a lot of people, I feel like, talk about in our market. But what about sprucing up a dock space?
Such a fun thing where we live. So again, function. I am all about function. Think about what you do. A dock can be your relaxing place. If you have children and they're having a bunch of friends, plan it for that. Make it, teenage hangout or kid hangout, a place where adults can be comfortable while the kids, run wild and swim
and
for
all
the
that.
day. Yes. So another big thing for docks is storage. So if you can have a little dock closet built that only takes some 2x4s and sheet metal, and then storage. You can do whatever you want with that. You can design your own storage.
I love
Inside with the 2x4s, you can line it with hooks. I've got those great modular systems from Home Depot, Lowe's, Menards.
Like the plastic wiry ones?
Yes.
Yeah.
Or it's a rail system.
Oh, neat.
So you can put the rail system on your 2x4s inside your storage closet, and then there's baskets, hooks, and you design it and choose for your need. Life jackets,
Can I mention another great space to put a rug?
Yes, please. Yes, please, because that's what we did on Mother's Day. I needed one a certain size, and it was big. And I thought, oh man, they're not going to have it. Well, they had it, and it was the
Yes.
perfect color. So yeah, we went to Home Goods, and that again, so our concrete dock gets super hot. So that even helps, the kids can be on the rug and absolutely pulls
that.
things together, makes it a more comfortable space for you to enjoy down there,
I think that if I was like you and had the same passion and time to go and invent spaces for people, I'd probably only focus on outdoor areas, because there's something about just making an outdoor area more livable, extending that living space. It's my favorite.
There you go. And where we live it's just a great place to do that.
So I want to kind of get back to something. You were mentioning some really great places down here at the lake to kind of get stuff. So where are some of your favorite places to get things?
My go-to, I've had Ashley Home Store keeps coming up in my Instagram. They have awesome items. Out of the box items, like accessories that you wouldn't think.
Oh, cool.
They have lanterns, which I did want to mention that again for the front porch. Another element of accessorizing after you do your pots, then you can bring in fun accessories like lanterns.
I love lanterns.
So yes, you can
accessories.
find Ashley Home Store has some great things. Missouri Furniture for outdoor furniture, actually. Lake Life Outdoor and Patio. They're a newer store.
Where are they located?
They are close to our Remax office.
Oh, okay. I know. Yeah.
Yes.
Where wasn't that a previous Ozark Land building?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes, I think that's what was there. So, and then I mentioned DNR. They're in Lynn Creek. So DNR has all of your mulch. If you are looking for mulch, they will deliver whatever you need.
Oh, neat.
I actually did raised gardens probably 5 years ago, called DNR. They brought out a garden mix.
Oh, cool.
And could not believe how great my garden was that year. So they are great for many resources like that. They have gravel, they have your like landscape rock and pebble for whatever you need for your curb appeal in the front. And then Marshall's and Home Goods and Evergreen at the lake. American Elm on the other side of the lake. Oh, those guys are amazing.
I like that place.
And their boutique is beautiful. So those are off the top of my head.
I love those ideas.
But yes, we have those and more here at the lake.
Well, is there anything else staging-wise that you think our listeners could take away from our tip today?
One thing I thought of on a budget, and most people are, especially when you're moving, but Bear Market, Dogwood Thrift Shop, the Free Store in Camdenton.
Oh, I love that store.
Yes.
Yeah.
I dropped some things off and I'm like, there's so many cool things in here. So, but just the reminder, and I did this this year on my own front porch. You can take a can of spray paint to anything.
Oh, okay.
So when we're talking about staging and, putting up some larger frames, if it's ugly, spray paint it black, if that's what works in your space. And my pots, I had really big pots. They were, I've had them for years. They're plastic, but they look like pottery. And they were just a rust color, and they just kind of blended into my concrete on my front porch, but spray painted black.
Oh, okay.
And so, just that, and it's coordinated with my iron furniture and just gave it a fresh look.
I love spray
So
paint.
if you're thrifting and there's this certain shape of a vase that you need or a pot, don't forget you can take a can of spray paint to it.
Well, Natalie, thank you so much for being on our Grow, Thrive, Inspire podcast today. It was a pleasure to learn more about you and some staging tips for our listeners. What a great Java tip for this market and every day. If you're interested in staging advice or tips or would like to contact Natalie, you can connect with her via Facebook or Instagram or email at natalie@jasonwhittle.com. If you haven't already found us, make sure to follow us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Spotify, and iTunes, or just go to our awesome website, growthriveinspirepodcast.com. Like and follow us on our Facebook page for open houses, events, and much more happening here at Lake of the Ozarks. And remember to always grow, thrive, and inspire, and we'll catch you next time.